last year. Absolutely. And we actually predicted the show. See this last season. We were pretty spot on.
Really?
Absolutely.
So what's going to happen this year?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know at the end of the interview. We're here again, of course, with Joshua Jackson of Fringe, going on to our next season of Fringe. We're in a pretty precarious situation right now.
Definitely.
Now, unfortunately, you're not going to get double paid like everybody else because you got two characters, one in each dimension.
Damn it. I always miss the fun stuff.
But you guys finally got to kiss Olivia.
Well, no, I think she really kissed me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I was a little shocked by the whole situation, but we'll remedy that soon enough.
But now you and Peter had a pretty precarious situation. You kind of coming to the finding out, of course, that you were stolen as a baby.
Yeah.
So in your relationship with your father hasn't really been mended.
No, not at all.
And how are you going to do that now?
Well, I mean, that's what Fringe is all about. I mean, you have this solid leading lady in Olivia who sort of drives the show through, but then you have John and I as this sort of sidebar, bizarro world father-son relationship. And so for us, the whole, all of season 3 is going to be about figuring out what these two men, how they fit into each other's life now, given all the information and the intrigue and the heartbreak and the anger that would go with all the things that Peter has found out. And then you layer on top of that for Peter the fact that he didn't just find out that he was kidnapped from down the street. He was kidnapped from another universe, and maybe he's the key to some sort of bomb, or there's all sorts of bad stuff on the horizon for him.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. And now, you guys shot a very different episode this past season. It was the musical episode.
Yeah.
How was it filming that episode and having some really weird contraption opening up, oozing like junk out of your chest?
Well, that was at least the fringy part of it.
Yeah.
Having your heart falling out of your chest while you're gushing blood out of your neck, that's fringy. I'm comfortable with that stuff. It's the singing and dancing that I'm not so much with.
Nice. Hey, Josh, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
So we're back here again at Comic-Con 2010 with John Noble. Now, last time we spoke, we were kind of theorizing how Season 2 is going to go across, and I think I might have hit it in the nail on the head, because you got a little perplexed when I said my thoughts, and I'm pretty sure we called the season. Now, this year, it's Season 3. I have no idea what's going to be going on with the show. Maybe you can shed some light and see what's going to happen.
Firstly, I now agree with you. Season 2 was extraordinary and finished off with a mind-boggling finale where we as a company actually probably did 2 years' worth of exposition of answers in the big finale, deliberately, but it was like, whoa.
Right.
But that was pushed forward because we have an urgency now. We have an urgency as a company to see what happens if we tell dual stories. What happens? How does a story evolve in two different universes? What happens with the same story if it's left to evolve? And that's where we go. This is very unusual stuff that I'm talking about here. And so that's where our brains have taken us now, and to discovering dual or doppelgangers for all of the characters except Peter, and then how do their lives develop in different ways without judgment, just watching them. That's very original television.
You're going to find it's going to be challenging out this year, playing two versions of one character.
I think it keeps us fresh. The other actors that I speak to just love it. We sort of don't do them all on the same day usually. Sometimes we do. Sometimes Anna does. She's so busy, but she loves it, and it just gives us a break using the same core characteristics to give different versions, and it's been a joy for all of it. And very importantly, and to be discovered just how important this is, one constant is Peter, who doesn't change. Now that sounds, poor Peter. Believe me, that's going to be one of the great reveals of Season 3.
So you're saying Peter might be the anchor for the two sides?
I might be saying that.
All right.
Yeah, very good. Good, nice pick up.
One last question for you before we let you guys go down the road here. I want to know, you guys filmed an episode last season for Season 2 that was very much unlike any of the other episodes. The musical episode. Yeah. How fun was that? Josh was saying he didn't like the dancing and singing, but you seemed like you really enjoyed yourself on screen. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Look, you've got to, as a worker, you've got to enjoy yourself. You might question before you do things, but once you go in there, you've got to give it, I believe, you've got to give it everything you've got. So that was my approach to doing it. The initial concept was, whoa, what's this, And it felt like we were sort of doing a support act for Glee, which probably we were, and I think we were. But ultimately, it was a good stretch for the company, and we're a very courageous group. The actors are very courageous. They say, okay, bring it on, we'll try something else, as you've probably seen for some of the things that have happened. That was an example of it, and everyone just said okay, and then suddenly you reveal talents like you find out that Lance Reddick is not only a fantastic pianist, but he's got this voice of like a god. You think, oh my goodness, there's a talent you didn't know about. These are the things that you get to discover.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, John. Appreciate your time. We're looking forward to next season, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah.